Come on, Kyle, harden up, mate.
Bit dusty there, buddy.
Pipe down, pal. Looks like it's your lucky day, but
Bisley Workwear. We've got you covered.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
All it does is call. And when you hear it, then it's up to you to act. Know your limits and come back for them later. Forget yesterday and tomorrow. Be here now. Drive to the edge of the map and then drive further.
Are you thinking of selling your home? We have buyers ready to go. Mr. and Mrs. H are looking for a 2 to 3 bedroom home in the northern suburbs. They would love a lock-up garage and a fairly level block. They have up to $550,000 to spend. If your home fits that description, call me, Alison Rogers at EIS Property.
come on, Kyle, harden up, mate.
Bit dusty there, buddy.
Pipe down, pal. Looks like it's your lucky day, but
Bisley Workwear. We've got you covered.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
All it does is call. And when you hear it, then it's up to you to act. Know your limits and come back for them later. Forget yesterday and tomorrow. Be here now. Drive to the edge of the map and then drive further.
Are you thinking of selling your home? We have buyers ready to go. Mr. and Mrs. H are looking for a 2 to 3 bedroom home in the northern suburbs. They would love a lock-up garage and a fairly level block. They have up to $550,000 to spend. If your home fits that description, call me, Alison Rogers at EIS Property.
come on, Kyle, harden up, mate.
Bit dusty there, buddy.
Pipe down, pal.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Pembroke Park. It is the EIS Property SFLW game of the round, and it's South East Suns against the Hobart Tigers. So far this year, the Suns are just outside the 8, only on percentage and a game in hand against trying to catch up to Brighton. Hobart have had the 1 win, but they'll be looking for momentum to build on their next season. And you can see they've got a great deal of enthusiasm down on the ground. It is Andrew Hopwood in the main commentary tower, and just before we go and have a look at the teams here, I was lucky enough to catch up with the reigning best and fairest for the South East Suns, Lucy Featherstone, just a few minutes ago. Let's cross down to have a listen to what Lucy has to say.
Yep. So, Lucy, this is a very, very important game for the Suns because we're sitting just outside the finals area on percentage from Brighton. So it's crucial that the Suns get a good victory today going into what is finals football.
Yeah, it's very important for the girls. I think they've got it in their bag, just secretly hoping, but very important game. Percentage hasn't been the best of our friends this year, but I think the girls are coming out very strong throughout the year. So.
Yeah, well, Hobart's had a tough initiation into the season. They've had the 1 win against New Norfolk. But I guess the same thing for them. They'd be looking to build some momentum for their next season. So if they could get a scalp and that scalps the Suns, all goes well for them.
Yeah, that would be great for them. Best of luck to them. Clearly, I'm going for my girls, so yeah.
Now, we've had a lot of inquiry before we get to the game about your knee. Had the knee reconstruction. I think it was about 9 months in. How is the rehabilitation going?
Yeah, no, it's going well. I'm hopeful to maybe be back on the field next year. It's a very slow, painful recovery though, so we'll see how we go. So yeah, going well so far.
Well, good luck with that, and let's look forward to a crackerjack game here at Pembroke Park.
Yes.
So there, it was a great insight to the game, and very, very fortunate that Lucy has made herself available, and she has joined me in the commentary tower now. So welcome on board for tonight, Lucy.
Thank you. I don't know how fortunate it is, but we'll give it a go.
Well, there is the South East Sun team on the screen, and you might run us through. I think we've got a couple of milestone games here tonight. So Brittany Mears is playing her 50th. And as a Joni Ransley is also her 50th.
They both are playing their 50th. So these girls actually came up from our junior team. So they've been with the club for a while. So it's very exciting for them.
Oh, that's great. And also tell me a little bit about some of the prime movers. Who will we be looking for to really get the Suns moving tonight in this big clash?
Yeah, definitely. I would certainly keep an eye on Nicole Matthews. She plays amazingly in the wet weather. She's just such a strong player within herself anyway. A couple of other notes, Olivia Hudson, you know, she's always a gun. We've got Joni Ransley again. In the back line, I'd be looking out for your Kaylee Stubbs, your Chelsea Whelan. To be honest, the whole team, watch the whole team because they're great.
Fantastic. Well, there we go, and we can hear on the effects it's high excitement because the young kiddies have had a run round. And here is the Hobart Tigers. It's been a bit of a lean season for them, but the enthusiasm out there, Lucy, is just isn't that wonderful to see that they'll be pumped because, as we alluded to before, they will be looking to build for their next season.
Yeah, look, it's really great for the girls. I love the fact that regardless of what happens, they come out and they've got all this enthusiasm and they just keep going. It's wonderful to see.
Very much so. You can see that the Tigers in their traditional black strip with the yellow sash, and of course the South East Suns in their grey and orange strip, as the umpire doesn't look particularly thrilled as he's hunching his shoulders there in that inclement weather, but tough conditions out there, Lucy, isn't it? I must admit, I was lulled into thinking that spring was here, and all of a sudden late this afternoon when the showers hit down my way, I'm down at Cremorne, it certainly dropped down quite a few degrees, didn't it?
It certainly did, yes.
So though the rucks are facing off, and looks like Brittany Mears will take that first tap. And there is the siren. So the umpire now throws it aloft. Pretty even tap out. Close in the contest. Tigers staying over the ball. Big work there. Now they get that ball knocked out forward. There's been an infringement, and it's been holding the ball, and nice work by the milestone girl. Mears goes out wide. Oh, that's a clever mark there by Hudson, not paid. Knocks it forward, which is gaining valuable meterage. She goes back, gets it again, goes onto that left foot. It's tough inside the 50. First time forward for the Suns, bending that one back. Nice work by Lowe. But already they look pretty hungry, Lucy, to get that ball moving down towards their forward line.
Yes, look, I think they got a big talking to in the rooms before they came out, and go, 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 pressure. So.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they can lock this in, because that's what they need to do. Not quite bringing that one in, going again. Oh, here's a big opportunity. It's Olahead down towards the full forward area. Forwards coming out, front and centre now. Nice work there by Hobart. It'll be interesting, as we know, they're going to be under enormous amounts of pressure. We'll expect the Suns to go on the attack.
Hello, hello.
Nice tap out. Mears again, getting good use of the footy. The Tigers very stoic in defence, go straight onto that left boot, up the middle of the ground. Very slippery conditions out there, so if they can maintain their feet, it'll be the thing to do. Oh, there's a hard-on contest. That was well played by Murphy for the Suns. She didn't muck around, runs in straight lines. Good play here by the Tigers. It's 1 minute 30 down, and they're holding on at the moment. Just slightly in the back, and I think that'll be a free kick. I'm just waiting here for confirmation. That's where you need to be, Lucy, don't you? In these sort of conditions, you need to force the hand of the umpire and make them pay those free kicks. You need to get in front. Would that be fair to say?
I agree 100%, especially in the wet, you know. There's going to be a lot of those happening.
Well, that was nice play there by Matthews. Matthews goes the kick, and leading out is Lowe. And already, Lucy, Lowe looks very dangerous, so good target down there.
Definitely. She was recently playing in our back line, and we've moved her up forward, and I reckon it's the best decision the coach has done, to be honest.
Well, she looks like a natural forward, the way she's leading out, isn't she? So here is Emily as it's a nice advancement on goal as she kicks truly.
Oh,
that is a good as kick as you would ever. I don't know what Coach Matthews has done in the past, but by gee, she looks a really dangerous forward, Lucy.
Yeah, she certainly is.
So I like the way she let out on 2-3 occasions on that one. She went back, and here we see on the Mood Food replay, coming in really square shoulders and minimum of fuss, and the efficiency on that kick, and that one's almost gone from the centre of town. That's a magnificent kick by Emily.
She does have a good kick on her.
Oh, beautiful work. And the South East Suns are 1-1-7 to the Tigers, are yet to get off the mark. But the Tigers, all they need to do is try and stay in this game. As Johns is on the ball, she's been beaten to it. As the Sun, through weight and numbers, they're going forward again. Olahead goes back. She's got 3 on her, but she's good enough to go in and defeat all of them. Another handball out. Good teamwork now, as you can see, very slippery conditions. There was an appeal to say I didn't have the ball, and I think Walden. She got it. Yep, and Walden, is she going to take the kick? I think it is. And what are the odds here, Lucy? Is what sort of a kick? Oh, hello.
I'd
Not a lot
like
of
her
confidence.
to give it a crack. I would love her to back herself to kick it.
Okay, let's have a look. Good, deep into attack. It's an opportunity. It's just slipped through the fingers as Nicole, hang on a second, looking for the umpire's call.
Oh, he's called it.
It is a goal.
To Nicole, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at that on the Mood Food replay. So that must have been Nicole, I think, Lucy, who's got that goal.
Yeah.
At least she got a foot to it. That was pretty clever play. As we'll just have a glance on this one, as it was Sophie Walden who went the long kick. Great position there by Nicole, who just didn't quite get the ball. You can see her running quickly.
Just got a toe to it.
We just got the toe, so she had the good sense of mind for that second effort. So nicely done by her. So all of a sudden, I was saying a few seconds ago that they've been very stoic down back, but if the ball comes in quickly, it's very, very hard to defend. And so nice play there by the Suns to move the ball into their forward line. Here go the Tigers. They get a quick left boot kick, goes down to Kong. She does a good job and tries a second effort. Now let's see what the defensive work of the Suns is made of as they get that first attack by the Tigers and repel it back towards the centre of the ground. Handball over. There is Ashland for the Tigers. She does a nice shepherd. That was well done. Goes backwards and then protects the ball carrier. Ball's in dispute. I don't mind that, a bit of a kick on the ground, because that's gained a valuable 30-odd metres.
Oh.
Under pressure there was Cube, and I think holding the ball. I could hear the groan from you, Lucy. You could see that maybe that was a little bit of lack of talking.
I think so. The girl should have been telling her to get rid of that ball.
Sometimes we blame the ball carrier, but on that occasion, that's crucial, isn't it? You are playing in a team sport. You need to confirm, as an old coach, I reckon the most valuable muscle in the body when you're playing footy is the tongue. You've got to communicate with your teammates.
Yeah, 100%.
So there is good play by Stoy, gets it in, and tremendous defensive work there, arching the back and going forward. Well done by the Tigers as they go in. They've been told to play on. Oh, and very dramatic there by the old umpire. As soon as they start to crouch down, you know it's going to be holding the ball. And that's a nice kick. Goes out wide, looking for the lead of Roy. Can't pull it in. Ably assisted there by Cube again. Well played by the Tigers. They're looking to come inside to handball that one over. Johns was free, but she didn't get it. Couple of Suns. Good shepherd by the advancing Tigers. It was Smith who provided a strong tackle. And so now it is Cube getting plenty of the ball. Left footer goes down towards the wing position. Slightly clumsy. The umpire is more than happy to see that ball play on. You'd think that there is a potential for many a free kick if you're prepared to play in front. Ball now on the forward line for the Tigers, so they have another opportunity as Smith went for the ball, but I think she's impeded, and it's a free kick here to the Suns. Nice play there, playing in front. That's what you've got to do in these inclement conditions, more so than ever. Just knocking it forward. Lovely tackle there. Very, very fierce, and there's a second tackle by the Suns. So tell me a little bit about that, Lucy. Has that been something that they've been working on during the week, the tackling pressure?
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, we've always been known for our tackling pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of our strong points. The girls aren't afraid to tackle. They're happy to go in. But
Yep.
I know there have been girls that have certainly been working on that to progress that. So, no, they're doing really well with their tackling.
Just while I do have you on the tackling side of things, I commentated on an under-15 game the other day, and I couldn't help but notice the improvement in the tackling with the girls. When they first came, maybe they'd never played it, was slightly crude, to be honest, but now they're really learning about the game, how to tackle properly.
Yeah, it's great to see. There's certainly a lot of coaches focusing on that, because I think that's one thing that, you know, it's not really natural for, oh, and there's another goal.
Yes, I'll get back to that. That's Emily Lowe, who's snapped her second. The backman come forward. Yeah, it isn't because, you know, there isn't many other games that tackling comes in, but the ladies are certainly adapting to it. And I think as the girls come up and play a little bit longer, it's even going to get stronger and better.
I agree. I can't wait to see where our girls are in 5+ years when they have come up from the under-15s and now they're playing senior footy. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Emily Lowe, she looks tremendous down
She is on
forward.
fire.
She certainly is on fire. She has 2 goals. Nicole Matthews has a single with 9 minutes gone. It is all the Suns so far. That said, the Tigers are in the battle, but they're sort of around the middle of the ground. And nice play. I love a backman who runs hard, and that was good play by the Suns, just charging on through. Courageous handball, getting it back to the corridor, and that's an aggressive handball as the Tigers have numbers if they can pick it up, but it's going to be hard there today. It was Hayes trying to protect the ball carrier. Smothered there, but nice play by Ransley, the other young lady who's playing her 50th game again for the Suns. Goes out wide. You can see that sheen on top of the ground. Very rainy conditions, so the girls are doing a great job out there, because it's certainly not easy, as the umpire said that was never going to come out. It was a big bear hug, And again, nice work there by the Suns. That was Bruce, who's applied a couple of good tackles so far. Quickly gets the kick aside, kick away. Tigers have numbers there. Good tackling pressure as Cooper picked it up. She's looking for somewhere to go, is Charlotte Cooper. And it's, it's been paid. I didn't quite see that one, Lucy, but we'll have a look on them. Oh, yes, dropping the ball. We can see their incorrect disposal. The umpire was right onto that. As it's going deep toward the forward line, it was Olahead who provided that really good tackle. And the forward pressure, once the ball is getting inside the 50, I like the way the forwards are trying to keep it in there, Lucy.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of that.
So not just looking to get 6 points, but trying to keep it in and keep the pressure up on the Tigers. Is taken out of the ruck. I think that was Bruce who goes forward, and here she is again. This is Emily Lowe. My goodness gracious me, she's been a revelation since she's gone forward.
She certainly has.
So Emily Lowe is going back now. We saw from the first set shot was on the other side of the ground. Let's see if she goes on the other side. I think she's just steered that one to come back. It's gone from right to left and through for her third. So 3 shots for 3 goals. Just for a minute there, Lucy, I thought, hello, she's just stabbed that one. But a natural draw on the ball for her was right to left, as she's doing a very nice job. And in fact, Coach Matthews has decided to give her a bit of a spell and try someone else up there. I'm sure she'll be filthy. I'm sure she'd want to stay on. It's a funny thing in football, isn't it, Lucy, when sometimes you see someone get a goal and a coach might take them off, because I know what I was like. I was pretty hungry. I'd like to stay on and get another one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I didn't spend a lot of time on the bench, so I understand that feeling.
So 12 minutes gone here in the EIS Property SFLW Round 11 clash. It is the South East Suns who are striving to get themselves inside the final 5 here. And extra, I think that's umpire Walker, who's... What's the go there, Lucy?
I think they're going to restart
that. It was too many players, I think.
I think the girls didn't get back to the back line before they started, so not in their zone.
Okay, well, umpire Walker will be right on to that as the ball goes forward. Well played there by the Tigers, attacking the ball. There's an opportunity for the Suns, just belting that one out in front and then going on that second effort with the tackle. That was Douglas. Gee, I like the way there, Lucy. She just kept it in front. She was very determined, wasn't she?
She was.
Yeah, nice play there. There's another ball up. It's Alice Murphy who's gone into the ruck, and she's done a very nice job keeping that ball going forward. Oh, there might have been a bit in the back. The umpire maybe slightly blindsided as trying to barge their way out. Can't do so, and it's free kick here to Davies. Davies sizing up the options. She'll go on to, well, she's going to play on. She's on her left foot. That's a very nice long kick. And just through for the minor score. I think she looked up and suddenly saw that no one was on the mark, and she crept a metre and then a 2, and then she went, well, I think I'm just going to keep going.
I think she should have just kept going even further, to be honest with you.
I agree, Lucy. She, again, maybe just a little bit of communication, but she certainly had some distance in front of her, but she had no idea who was coming from behind. So just a little bit of clarity to say, you're clear, keep going, and there's a good tackle and reward going to Gray. And that's what I was talking about before. What a magnificent tackle that was. Yeah, the arms were wrapped up, then dropping to the knees and then rolling over on the back. That was the perfect. Let's have a look at this one again. This is a perfect tackle. If you want to show a young lady or a young fella, for that matter, how to tackle, that's what we need to show them. That was perfect.
Yep.
So well done there by the Suns, but more so by Sarah Gray, as it is a ball in with nearly 15 minutes gone in this first quarter. Terrific play there by Cooper. She's been really, really hard on the ball, as it is quarter time here at Pembroke Park, and it is the South East Suns, 4-2-26 to the Tigers yet to score. And for the home team, it is Emily Lowe, who's been tremendous up forward. She's got 3 goals. Nicole Matthews has got 1. So, as we alluded to, Lucy, before the game, no surprises there. It has been all the Suns, but they can't take it easy. They've got to keep going because they've got to gain some percentage on Brighton.
Yeah, I agree. The coach has said to them, do not release that pressure, keep going. So it would be good to see the girls hold out for a solid 4 quarters and really build on that percentage.
Very much so. So there is confirmation of that score. So it is time to take our first break here from Pembroke Park, and we'll be back with the second quarter very shortly.
Are you thinking of selling your home? We have buyers ready to go. Mr. and Mrs. H are looking for a 2 to 3 bedroom home in the northern suburbs. They would love a lock-up garage and a fairly level block. They have up to $550,000 to spend. If your home fits that description, call me, Alison Rogers at EIS Property.
Come on, Kyle, harden up, mate.
Bit dusty there, buddy.
Pipe down, pal. Looks like it's your lucky day, but
Bisley Workwear. We've got you covered.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
All it does is call. And when you hear it, then it's up to you to act. Know your limits and come back for them later. Forget yesterday and tomorrow. Be here now. Drive to the edge of the map and then drive further.
Are you thinking of selling your home? We have buyers ready to go. Mr. and Mrs. H are looking for a 2 to 3 bedroom home in the northern suburbs. They would love a lock-up garage and a fairly level block. They have up to $550,000 to spend. If your home fits that description, call me, Alison Rogers at EIS Property.
come on, Kyle, harden up, mate.
Bit dusty there, buddy.
Pipe down, pal. Looks like it's your lucky day, but
Bisley Workwear. We've got you covered.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
All it does is call. And when you hear it, then it's up to you to act. know your limits.
So welcome back here to Pembroke Park for the EIS Property SFLW Round 11 clash. South East Suns v Hobart Tigers. Well, off camera, Lucy and I were just having a little bit of a chat, and you would not believe it that Lucy's dear old dad, Gavin, and I used to play footy, and when we used to run amok when we were at college together. Hobart's not very big, is it, Lucy?
It's certainly not, no.
Now, Lucy, I haven't seen you play, I apologise, but are you a hard nut like your dear old dad?
Yeah.
He was the sort of fella, I've done a bit of research on you, I know that's right. He was a ripper to play with, and I understand you, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You're duly missed by this team, and they're very much looking forward to having you come back into the fold. So, and there is one player out there who's been quite good for Hobart who we didn't talk about. That's Meredith Sims, who's in the ruck. She did a pretty nice job, and also Roxy Tyler. But the ball has come back, and I went down and had a listen to the coaching staff at Hobart, and they were very encouraging, Lucy. They sort of said they were really happy with how the defenders really tried. They had the ball inside the 50 a couple of times, and they just said, keep that work ethic going. And I also just quickly went over and had a listen to the South East Suns huddle, and they were really thrilled on how they were going about it. And they just said, let's keep going how we were going and make sure we keep that ball inside the 50. And they were very happy with the way they locked it in there. But it is the Tigers now trying to go forward. You can see a bit of a rain squall going across the ground, as that was Smith, a strong tackle being applied to Bruce. It's down to the forward line, and gee whiz, I tell you what, I'm more than comfortable, Lucy, that you and I are watching from in here. As you see, we've got the smoke coming across, we've got a bit of rain. I'm not sure what's going on there, but very misty old conditions. Is it, or is a few people, someone burning a few tyres, I mean, to try and keep warm?
I don't know. I was trying to look in the club rooms and see if they had the fire pit going, but I think it is a bit of a mist and rain coming across.
Yes, okay. Well, let's have a look to see what's going now as that ball is thrown in. Good opportunity for the Tigers. Oh, it's a hand industry. I hope that's not a dislocation of a finger. That can be.
I think it is.
It is. Look, they're not happy at all. As I hope our Duff there, and if you're going to go zoom in on that hand, I think that you'll find that the finger is not looking quite so good.
Oh, that's gone backwards, it looks like.
Has gone backwards. Well, really what we need to do is get onto that quickly, and I don't know if there is a medico who can do the magic, pull it back.
Oh, I know that pain. It is not nice.
No, it isn't good, as writhing in pain here. The Tigers, look, we don't like to see this at all. I mean, it was slightly innocuous, but that's how it can happen on the fingers. I don't know if we can potentially see there on the Mood Food replay in just a few moments, as this will be an opportunity, and it's probably crucial that the girls come back together. Let's hope she's okay, as it's just coming off now. That's great to see. Bit of a wince on the face.
Looks like they've got it back in for her.
Okay, so the whistle has gone and the game goes on, as in it comes. Good play by the Suns just to keep that ball going forward. Good play there by Barker. Tries to get the handball out. It was Knapp who ended up with the ball, and the umpire will throw that one off. So nearly 3 minutes gone, and the Tigers are holding firm. Wouldn't they love to just eke out a goal just to give them some momentum and some belief in this game? Suns are showing great pace as they weave around. Picking that one up is Olahead, who's got plenty of the football, going into Davies, who's leading out. Lovely creative handball. Well played by the Tigers. But the tackling pressure again has been supreme, as going directly towards goal There is Davies, goes on to her left boot, running hard at it. Now was Stoy for the Tigers, trying to hand it in. Here's the danger. Goes to Lowe. She knows where the goals are. And I tell you what there, Lucy, I think she's snagged another.
I think she has.
She is on fire, is Emily Lowe. Let's have another look at that. I can't believe you're telling me, Lucy, that she's a backman. Have a look at this. She's a natural forward. Look at her hunt the ball. She's got a good sense of it. Picks it up. She wins her own ball. She kicks them set shots. She kicks them round the body. She can kick them off the ground. She's giving us a football clinic tonight, is Emily Lowe. And a forward has goal sense, Lucy, and she didn't really need much time and space there, did she? As soon as she picked it up, she quickly got it onto her boot and was very creative. So the Suns are doing a very nice job here. They're applying plenty of pressure to the visitors, who are still playing with a good deal of enthusiasm as they go back in again. That's Georgia Knapp. A little bit too high. Inadvertent stray arm, but again, going in hard. Well played by Warren. Warren now, here's a pacey Roxy Tyler. She's done a couple of good things. As soon as she's got it, she always seems to look for the handball. Goes back inside. There is Warren. And then a bit of magic from her as there was Langford, the skipper. They've got it across to this sort of half-forward line, and this is where the Suns have been good, Lucy. They haven't allowed the Tigers to get a deep entry into their forward line yet.
No, they haven't. They were certainly spoken to about really trying to keep that ball out.
So I know as an old veteran coach, my first line that I picked was the half-back flank. I always think that's crucial, not only to repel the attacks, but it's where you get your forward run from. And so tell me a little bit about, is that where the Suns are getting a lot of drive this year off that half-back flank?
Yeah, definitely, especially when he's been putting Joni Ransley in there.
Yep.
It's great. She's got the speed, she's got the skills, so...
Yeah, she certainly looks likely, but here is Georgia Knapp as she's going back. She goes the longer kick. Here's an opportunity for them, but running hard back towards the ball is the player we were just speaking of, Ransley. Close to the line, but it's a holding the ball. So the Tigers now, here's an opportunity to go deep into their forward line. Looking up, high, not a great ball to mark in these conditions, but that was a good effort by the Suns. Couldn't quite bring it down. I think that might have been maybe Bruce, but again, whistle on play, and it's going to be a free kick here to the Suns. Didn't quite see, Lucy. What was that one for? Did you?
I'm not sure. It was kind of a bit out of sight.
It was, wasn't it? But maybe just held without the ball. And Kate Barker. Barker goes inside the 50. Gee, that was a good effort to come and spoil by Massey. I like that. Coming from behind with the big fist.
Yeah, she's not afraid to get in the air.
But that was good team play. There's no doubt about that, as just socking off the ground. If you can't pick it up in these conditions, why not grab the meters? Gee, Ollerhead's got some toe. And here is a very open forward line. I wouldn't like it if I was a backman having to have Low one-on-one. And here she goes. She swerves one way, then the other.
She's got
Oh, she's having a night out. She is having a night out. I'm going to have to take my shoes and socks off here in a minute to count all the goals. She's a ripper. Gee whiz, that was a lovely goal. Let's have a look at this again, Lucy, as she...
Look at that block too.
It was. Geez, I'm glad you picked that up. That was Walden. The sacrificial acts in football that you do, isn't it? So there's not a lot of stats there for Walden, but I'm really impressed that you saw that. It's the team things that matter, isn't it?
It really is.
In footy.
Yeah. That's one thing we do drill into our team.
Yep.
You do it for the team.
Oh, that's good to hear. So it's 6-2, 38, the South East Suns. Very, very accurate to Hobart yet to score. And as we see here, the ball came out, and a really good smother. And then I think it was an easy decision for the umpire as we saw that Guernsey going back with the flight is all ahead. Not to be outdone, it's Holbrook for the Tigers, who tries to force her way forward, and she's been pinned for holding the ball. So now it is the Suns going back. Fair way out, take a good kick, but it's a dangerous entry, and we know why, because Emily Lowe, look at the way she's circling. She's like a big, great white shark, just sort of sneaking around, ready for her prey. And here she is again. She's over the ball, but she's not standing out, Lucy, looking for goals at all, isn't she? You can see there, she's a team player.
She is. She will happily get in there and do what needs to be done.
Yeah, she's won her own ball, which is tremendous to see. She's both an inside and an outside player, as another whistle has gone. And it's going to be a free kick go here. I think it might have been, yep, in the back. That's the way the umpire has seen it. So now it'll be a free kick. I'm tipping this could be a handball. Very much so.
It looked like she went to.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? You can certainly pick things up where players like to do. I think it's Roxy Tyler. As soon as she's got the ball, she looks to give it off. And running hard is Whelan. I think in that particular time it was a lovely tackle by an advancing McSherry. And now McSherry for the Tigers. They're still in the game, the Tigers. They're trying very, very hard down here. Of course, they won't be playing finals this year, so for them, it's crucial that they can do the best they possibly can to get themselves into next season, as a free kick has been paid here to the Tigers, holding the ball. So another opportunity to go inside the 50. Good-looking kick. Quite easy for the Suns to stand under that one as Cube goes back. Underneath the ball, trying to knock it out. Don't hold it in. I'll wait for that umpire to come in, and he's decided that particular time. I don't know about you, Lucy. I always worry sometimes when those umpires, you're not sure what they're going to do they? Are they going to dramatically put the arms out or let you get away with one?
Be careful with those ones.
You've got to show some intent, basically, don't you?
Exactly.
And that's what the Suns were doing, as the miserly Suns defence running hard back there was Amy Massey to see that ball off for a throw-in. They'll try and repel this attack from the Tigers. They haven't given up a score just yet. So let's see how they go with 11 minutes gone into this second quarter. Very entertaining football and a good standard of football, especially given the conditions that the girls are playing under. It was Reid. Reid goes towards goal, but last line of defence, the Suns are able to mark that one, not giving anything away, as here are the Tigers as Knapp tries to push it forward to Johns. I'll tell you the person I've liked down back, Lucy, is Stubbs.
Yeah.
She's been very good so far. She runs in straight lines, and she's taken a couple of crucial marks down there as well, and that she was the lady who took that good, strong mark in the last line of defence a few minutes ago. She seems to read it quite well, Lucy. When to go?
Play beautifully. Yeah. We always joke it's Stubbsy's back line. So.
There you go. Okay. Well, she's certainly showing her skills here tonight. As that's a good kick toward. And there she is. Oh, she's a shocker, isn't she? She's not giving anything away. You think?
Good.
Oh, very much so. I'd hate to go to school with her. You'd ask her to play with some toys, and I reckon she'd just take them all back, wouldn't share a toy or anything like that when she was a young lady. She's a ripper.
I think it would maybe depend on whose team you're on first.
I think you're right.
She's off. Kick.
Yeah, so now come on here, Lucy. You're not here barracking. You're here.
Sorry.
No, it's great to see the passion that you're exuding as your teammates.
I'm used to being on the sideline yelling at them.
Well, you're actually showing great restraint. As I tell you what, there's the time to cheer. That was a magnificent goal. That's a good team goal. And it was Emily Lowe who provided a very, very nice shepherd to create the corridor for that goal to be scored as well. Have another look at that one again. That's very, very good team play by the Suns. Look at this long kick, and that's very dangerous because it's such an open forward line. As I think it might have been, the ball came out towards Nicole Matthews as she picked it in. She says, out of my way, I'm running towards goal. And there were 2 blocks there that allowed Nicole Matthews to pick that ball up. But Lucy, it's very, very hard to defend when the forward line is so open. Would you agree on that?
I do agree. And especially that speed of that ball coming in then.
And that was, I think it was Olahead, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kate.
Gee, she's fast, isn't she?
She's so fast, yeah.
Yeah. She's
from Canada. She's a new recruit this year, so it's great to see her out there.
Gee whiz, the old recruiters for the Sun are looking... What are they just, saw her playing some sport and brought her over? What's the story?
No, she goes to uni with a few of the girls, so she's actually a soccer player as well.
Well, I tell you what, she's an Australian rules footballer, and she's a very good Australian rules footballer. She's doing a fantastic job here tonight playing for the Sun. She's got good speed and she's picked the game up. And the other thing I've liked about her, Lucy, she gets a head up. So she's looking to do something, not just blombing it away.
Yeah, no. She's picked it up very well.
Very much so. So you can see the score there. It is 7-2, 44 to nothing just yet. Suns get the handball. It was Matthews going inside. Standing underneath the ball are the Tigers. And I think the siren might have gone. Let me just double check. Is it half-time, Lucy, as we cast our eye over the ground? It is half-time here. And we just checked. It is the Suns. 7-2-44 to Hobart yet to score. And let's have a look. I think that might be Emily Lowe, I think, has got the 6 goals, and Nicole Matthews the 1. I think that's correct. I'll double check that.
Nicole should be on 2 now.
Nicole's got the 2, has she? So it's 2 and 5. That's how it is. It's you're quite right. So 5 goals to Emily Lowe and 2 goals to Nicole Matthews, and the very, very determined Tigers, who are still, working hard, just haven't been able to get that one across. And I think it was because of the miserly stubs down back. But you'd be thrilled on the performance so far, I would have thought, Lucy, of your South East Suns.
Oh, I'm certainly proud of the girls. They're doing so well. I'm doing a little happy dance here.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great to see them playing so well. It's just, I wish I was out there with them, but...
You're out there with spirit. Well, it is time now to have our second break. It is half-time here at Pembroke Park. It is the EIS Property SFLW game of the round 11, as we're approaching finals, and it gets very, very exciting, and it looks like the Southeast Suns are marching towards that. But we're going to take a break here at Pembroke Park, and we'll be back with the second half very shortly. Forward the way she's leading out, isn't she? So here is Emily as it's a nice advancement on goal as she kicks truly. That is a good as kick as you would ever. I don't know what Coach Matthews has done in the past, but by gee, she looks a really dangerous forward, Lucy.
Yeah.
Lucy is what sort of a kick? Oh, hello.
I'd
Not a lot
like
of
her
confidence.
to give it a crack. I would love her to back herself to kick it.
Okay, let's have a look. Good, deep into attack. There's an opportunity. It's just slipped through the fingers as Nicole... Hang on a second. Looking for the umpire's call.
Oh, he's called it.
It is a goal.
To Nicole, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at that on the Mood Food replay. So that must have been Nicole, I think, Lucy, who's got that goal.
Yeah.
Defensive work there, arching the back and going forward. Well done by the Tigers as they go in. They've been told to play on. Oh, and very dramatic there by the old umpire. As soon as they start to crouch down, you know it's going to be holding the ball.
Tackling.
Just while I do have you on the tackling side of things, I commentated on an under-15 game the other day, and I couldn't help but notice the improvement in the tackling with the girls. When they first came, maybe they'd never played it, was slightly crude, to be honest, but now they're really learning about the game, how to tackle properly.
Yeah, it's great to see. There's certainly a lot of coaches focusing on that, because I think that's one thing that, it's not really natural for, and there's another goal.
Yes, I'll get back to that. That's Emily Lowe, who's snapped her second. The backman come forward. Yeah, it isn't because, there isn't many other games that tackling comes. So not just looking to get 6 points, but trying to keep it in and keep the pressure up on the Tigers. is taken out of the ruck. I think that was Bruce who goes forward, and here she is again. This is Emily Lowe. My goodness gracious me, she's been a revelation since she's gone forward.
She certainly has.
So Emily Lowe is going back now. We saw from the first set shot was on the other side of the ground. Let's see if she goes on the other side. I think she's just steered that one to come back. It's gone from right to left and through for her third. So 3 shots for 3 goals. Just for a minute there, Lucy, I thought, hello, she's just stabbed that one. But a natural draw on the ball for her was right to left, as she's doing a very nice job. And in fact, Coach Matthews has decided to give her a bit of a spell and try someone else up there. I'm sure she'll be filthy. I'm sure she'd want to stay on. It's a funny thing in football, isn't it, Lucy, when sometimes you see someone get a goal and a coach might take them off, because I know what I was like. I was pretty hungry. I'd like to stay on and get another one. 80th handball. Well played by the Tigers. But the tackling pressure again has been supreme, as going directly towards goal. There is Davies, goes on to her left boot. Running hard at it now was Stoy for the Tigers, trying to hand it in. Here's the danger. Goes to Lowe. She knows where the goals are. And I tell you what there, Lucy, I think she's snagged another.
I think she has.
She is on fire. But running hard back towards the ball is the player we were just speaking of, Ransley. Close to the line, but it's a holding the ball. So the Tigers now, here's an opportunity to go deep into their forward line. Looking at toe, and here is a very open forward line. I wouldn't like it if I was a backman having to have Lowe one-on-one. And here she goes. She swerves one way, then the other.
She's got.
Oh, she's having a night out. She is having a night out. I'm going to have to take my shoes and socks off here in a minute to count all the goals. She's a ripper. She was the lady who took that good strong mark in the last line of defence a few minutes ago. She seems to read it quite well, Lucy. When to go?
She play beautifully. Yeah. We always joke it's Stubbsy's back line. So.
There you go. Okay. Well, she's certainly showing her skills here tonight. As that's a good kick toward. And there she is. Oh, she's a shocker, isn't she? She's not giving anything away. You think?
Good.
Oh, very much so. I'd hate to go to school with her. You'd ask her to play with some toys, and I reckon she'd just take them all back, wouldn't share a toy or anything like that when she was a young lady. She's a ripper. I think
it would maybe depend on whose team you were on first.
I think you're right.
She's off. Kick.
Yeah, so now come on here, Lucy. You're not here barracking. You're here.
Sorry.
No, it's great to see the passion that you're exuding as your teammates.
I'm used to being on the sideline yelling at them.
Well, you're actually showing great restraint. As I tell you what, there's the time to cheer. That was a magnificent goal. That's a good team goal. And it was Emily Lowe who provided a very...
Are you thinking of selling your home? We have buyers ready to go. Mr. and Mrs. H are looking for a 2 to 3 bedroom home in the northern suburbs. They would love a lock-up garage and a fairly level block. They have up to $550,000 to spend. If your home fits that description, call me, Alison Rogers at EIS Property.
Come on, Kyle, harden up, mate.
Bit dusty there, buddy.
Pipe down, pal. Looks like it's your lucky day, but
Bisley Workwear. We've got you covered.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
All it does is call. hear it, then it's up to you to act. Know your limits and come back for them later. Forget yesterday and tomorrow. Be here now. Drive to the edge of the map and then drive further.
Are you thinking of selling your home? We have buyers ready to go. Mr. and Mrs. H are looking for a 2 to 3 bedroom home in the northern suburbs. They would love a lock-up garage and a fairly level block. They have up to $550,000 to spend. If your home fits that description, call me, Alison Rogers at EIS Property.
Come on, Kyle, harden up, mate.
Bit dusty there, buddy.
Pipe down, pal. Looks like it's your lucky day, but
Bisley Workwear. We've got you covered.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
All it does is call. And when you hear it, then it's up to you to act. Know your limits and come back for them later. Forget yesterday and tomorrow. Be here now. Drive to the edge of the map and then drive further.
Are you thinking of selling your home? We have buyers ready to go. Mr. and Mrs. H are looking for a 2 to 3 bedroom home in the northern suburbs.
So welcome back here to Pembroke Park as the rampaging Southeast Suns enter the arena again. It was interesting to see that the Tigers decided that they were going to stay out and in the inclement weather, whereas the Southeast Suns went into the change rooms. And what was to report from the change rooms there, Lucy?
The girls are up and about.
Oh, good.
So pretty much just keep doing what they're doing, apply that pressure.
Yep. Well, it was almost party atmosphere out here. The Tigers were really buoyant, sort of happy with their effort and the energy they're bringing to it, and they were really keen to try and finish the game off in a positive note, or as positive as they can be. So it'll be interesting to see how they go about it as Olahead takes the mark. We know she's got plenty of pace about her. She takes a lovely long raking kick, but she's gone to the near side and through for a minor score. Now, I've done a little bit of research there at half-time, Lucy. I understand number 36, Chelsea Whelan, is the only female apprentice bricklayer in the state.
I do believe that's correct. I've heard it brought up a couple of times now.
Ah, very good indeed.
Yeah, no.
Well, I tell you what, there's going to be plenty of work for her, because it is a trade that I know a couple of bricklayers, and they've got work booked up forever. So she's very smart to go into that trade.
She is, yeah.
Very much so. So we wish Chelsea all the best in her endeavours as the ball is close to the line. Not out yet. A couple of boundary umpires are both come from the Lauderdale Junior Football Club. They play in the STJFL in the under-14 competition, and they've done a really good job tonight, as have umpires Manson and Walker. As look at the intensity there applied by the Suns, and especially by Emily Lowe. She was the last one to get up, as Sims gets a tap out. She's battled pretty hard in the ruck. And again, umpire Manson will come up and throw this one aloft. The rain hasn't eased at all. So what'll be planned after the game? There will be a bit of a recovery session.
Define recovery session. Yeah, no, look, the boys have opened the club room, so I imagine a couple of the girls are going to be going in there. And
yep. Well, it's crucial that, yeah, to recover well from this inclement weather. Look after yourselves, looking forward. So far they've made every post a winner, have the Suns. It's all right to say, yes, you're going to turn up and win, but Hobart have, again, been very stoic. They've tried hard. And the Suns, with 2 minutes 40 in this third quarter, haven't got a score yet, but I tell you what, this could be the first one.
Nicole Matthews again.
And Nicole Matthews has snapped that one. And Lucy, that's her third goal so far. So she's certainly an opportunist. It was a good snap out of the pack, as we'll have another look at the Mood Food replay. And here it is. It was the pressure being applied. Look at the tackles there. Again, another assist goes to Walden. And Walden's been very good on that pressure up forward, Lucy, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's great on pressure. She might not get a lot of the ball, but what she's doing on the field, it's so important.
Oh, very much so. And it's interesting too, the modern football, like back when your dear old dad and I played, that when you were a forward, you just kick goals and you didn't even think about that forward pressure. But now it's crucial, isn't it? And sometimes there's actually a designated person that's up there to apply those tackles, as Nicole Matthews picks that one up and she goes toward goal. And Nicole Matthews, she's quickly catching up to Emily Lowe, and the two-pronged attack has been potent for the Suns down here at Pembroke Park. But I tell you what, that was very skillful there, Lucy. She's very good below her knees. That was a clean pickup with a wet ball.
Yeah, I said she was good in the wet.
Well, you were right. But it's not easy to pick the ball up at the best of times. It's an oval shape and the vagaries of it, the way it bounces one way or the other. But you would have thought that it was a dry day. And it's crucial. That's the difference between your average player and your good player, is to be able to pick that ball up cleanly, to give themselves valuable time and space from their opposition. As just for a minute there, I thought that the Suns weren't going to score that easily, and as quick as you like, they got those couple of goals and rattled them on within the first 5 minutes of this quarter. They're going up. It was Mears who was up against Meredith Sims, so she was giving away quite a few metres, but she did a good job to battle hard. And here is Olahead. We know she's got good pace, but this time she's on the set shot and she's going to put it deep into the attacking zone. And guarding the space was Emily Lowe. She was really cleverly, as we see here on the replay, just judged that to perfection, Lucy, didn't she?
She did. She reads it so well.
It just kept going a bit, and she was the one who went back, and she's kicking that one towards the goal. I thought for a minute it was going to go through, just swinging back as what's happened here. No, for a minute there I thought it was going to be paid, but maybe Nicole Matthews might have just, into the back. I think that's been paid. So a free kick will go there. I think that was Cooper for the Tigers. Here is Olahead. Olahead, big, long, raking kick has gone from right to left with the momentum of her foot swinging across her body and through for a minor score. A little bit of a blemish on the Suns. I tell you what, Lucy, they've been very, very accurate tonight, haven't they?
They sure have.
Which is crucial when you are playing in the ensuing games in finals football. Basically, when you'd have the momentum and you have the ball inside your 50, you've got to maximise those opportunities, and the Suns have been terrific tonight. So just trying to evade one. It was Olivia Hudson who went back in. She was having a bit of a run the ball. Nice tackle by her. Fierce over the ball. I think that might be Olahead, who didn't have possession. Was either pushed or held, and so she's going to take the free kick. She looks to bring it back inside the corridor, which I think's a nice play. Lovely handball. Tackle ball's loose as Gray was just beset upon on what was a very determined backline of the Tigers, and they've earned themselves a kick. So now they kick it out towards that wing position. End over end. There is Ransley. Kicks it back inside. Doing another nice job is Emily Lowe. Here are the two power forwards. Wouldn't like it if I was one of the Hobart defenders, having Nicole Matthews and Emily Lowe both over the ball as they look to share it. They're good, strong players for the Suns. It's going hard at the ball again and tackled. She's only very slight, is Brooke Johns, but she doesn't give in for the Tigers. So well played by Brooke Johns. Umpire Manson throws that one up. In the ruck is Meredith Sims. She taps it to her own advantage. So get it out. It's going to come back with interest as Douglas attacks the ball, as she has done all night. There is Bruce at the bottom of the pack, tapping it out now towards Hudson. Hudson with a creative handball, very good offensive one. Another tackle on. Handballs back towards Hudson. Now they're out. As kicking it is Ransley. Good defensive work that time by Lowe, who found herself behind. So she did the right thing and brought it down to the front of the pack, and that's where Olahead is. Attacking on her is Woolley. Woolley is tough in at the bottom. Also is Ashland there, just been shunted off the ball. And it'll be a ball up. You can see that hands go up. There's a bit of pushing and shoving. And I think umpire Manson might have seen something off the ball there, Lucy, and it's going to be a key free kick against Emily Lowe. Not a lot in that, but I guess he's stamping his authority, isn't he?
Oh, it looked that way.
Unless she said something which we can't hear. Possibly, but it is Mears now driving the ball back into the forward line. And it was an advancing Bruce who couldn't bring it down, but as all good forwards do, if they can't mark it, they've got to bring it down to the fleet-footed brigade, as it's now going to be another ball up. And we can see the players out there, Lucy, that every time they exhale, you can see the steam. So it's not too warm out there. It's certainly back to wintry conditions. As a free kick has been paid to Charlotte Cooper. They've certainly had the blowtorch applied, have the defenders for the Tigers, because it's been all one-way traffic so far for the Suns, although the Tigers have been terrific. And here's their chance as they kick it. Nice work, looking up forward. It's Knapp who goes for that second effort, a strong tackle, but held in the tackle. And I think it might be a free kick to Gray. I think the ball was knocked out of the Suns' hands and held too long. Picking it up now through the centre of the ground. There is Gray going hard at it. A pressure being applied by Holbrook for the Tigers. Good contest there. Comes back further afield. Running hard is Smith. Smith picks it up. Bit of excitement down here on the Tigers bench as they get it inside their 50, but here is Kayleen Stubbs. She's been very, very good. She's done everything that has been asked of her. And I know sometimes, Lucy, when the ball doesn't go down there, it can be easily to be switch off, but Stubbs has just really been focused tonight, hasn't she?
She has, yeah.
Very much so. As now, here is Hudson, picks it up on the run, driving that ball further afield, looking for Davies, who can't take the mark, but Matthews is there, who dangerously lowers the head. She gets out of it, goes towards the other power forward in Low. Oh, Low, strong tackle, but just got a little bit high. There was no intent on that one, but you can see here the
she needed to wait for it to
the diminutive. I think I'm sure there's that might have been Woolley.
Yeah, it was Danielle.
Yeah, Woolley there. Showed good courage though, Lucy, didn't she, to put her head over the ball. So now it comes out towards Brooke Johns. Gets the handball out. Trying to get some run going here are the Tigers. It was Alexander as they apply the tackle. Gee, she held on really tight there, did Alexander. She wasn't going to give it up. But as the ball comes out, they seem to have the numbers, the Suns. They're setting up really well behind the ball, which is very good for them. They're showing good discipline, Lucy, aren't they? The way they're not pressing up high. They're actually staying well behind the ball and lining up and waiting for Hobart get the ball, then they're going to really run at it and send it back in.
Yeah, they're really keeping their structure, which is good to see, because it's always hard, especially with a team like Hobart, who do kind of run in packs and tend to be a lot of them to really keep that structure, so we're not following in with them.
And when you have a lead as well, sometimes it's easy to drift down and want to be part more of it on the forward line. So they are holding a very good structure as the ball goes out towards the wing. It's picked up, I think that was Cronley for the Tigers, but a free kick now goes to the Suns, and quickly playing on. I think that might have been Hudson who gets it into Davies. Davies, this is normally a very nice long left foot kick. Oh, that's terrific play there by the Tiger defender. I think that might have been Woolley who got a run on. She found herself on a larger opponent in Emily Rowe, but as soon as the ball hit the ground, she really sprinted. And Brooke Jones now takes the kick for the Tigers. She's getting it inside the 50. Out comes Stubbs to apply some pressure, as well as Gray. Ball's on the ground, in dispute. Handball out by Roxy Tyler. There are other Tigers, they've got a couple. But just surging are the Suns with plenty of numbers. Gee whiz, Michaela Bruce I thought was a little bit stiff, but free kick gain to the Tigers. Big, long, raking kick. Here's an opportunity as Knapp's going in hard. She comes right on the top of Stubbs. Now it's picked up by Cube, gets a quick handball. Tigers tries to go round one, but again, brilliant work there by the Suns. Tried to get round McIntyre, but McIntyre was having none of it. So it was a good tackle there, Lucy, by Katie McIntyre.
Yeah, that was a very good tackle by Katie.
Yep. So the defenders have done everything that have asked of them. And getting plenty of the ball is Hudson in this quarter. Down towards Matthews. And we can see Matthews not particularly thrilled by that decision.
She wasn't over the moon, was she?
But she just decided to keep her opinions slightly to herself. So we find the South East Suns are 9-4-58 to Hobart, yet to score. But it was a much better quarter there by the Tigers. So I think they only kicked, the 2 goals in that quarter. So it was Nicole Matthews who has the 4. Emily Lowe has the 5. And the Tigers would be reasonably buoyed by that performance in the quarter to hold up what was a rampaging South East Suns in that first half. So they're going to come together now And for the Tigers, it'll be their last hurrah. But I think it's crucial, Lucy, that the Suns finish this game out.
Definitely, yeah. The girls know they've got a lot on the line with this game, so.
Well, you can see the rain is still coming down, but the breeze has certainly dropped out, so it's not too bad. It's quite slippery. But we're going to take our last break here from Pembroke Park, and we'll be coming back for all the action for the last quarter very shortly.
Are you thinking of selling your home? We have buyers ready to go. Mr. and Mrs. H are looking for a 2 to 3 bedroom home in the northern suburbs. They would love a lock-up garage and a fairly level block. They have up to $550,000 to spend. If your home fits that description, call me, Alison Rogers at EIS Property.
Come on, Kyle, harden up, mate.
Bit dusty there, buddy.
Pipe down, pal. Looks like it's your lucky day, but
Bisley Workwear. We've got you covered.
In today's world of self-service, it's nice to know that there's still a place where you can sit back and relax. Bennett's Driveway Service, now at Snug, Lerner Valley and Sandy Bay. For more than 40 years, Bennett's Petroleum has been there for all Tasmanians.
All it does is call. And when you hear it, then it's up to you to act. Know your limits and come back for them later. Forget yesterday and tomorrow. Be here now. Drive to the edge of the map and then drive further.
Are you thinking of selling your home? We have buyers ready to go. Mr. and Mrs. H are looking for a 2 to 3 bedroom home in the northern suburbs. They would love a lock-up garage and a fairly level block. They have up to $550,000 to spend. If your home fits that description, call me, Alison Rogers at EIS Property.
I'm literally joking. I'm passionate, but I'm not a bitch. But I do work with the Queens for a living, so
So welcome back here to Pembroke Park, and with a big shout out to our very dear friends, our sponsor, because the naming right partner is Tassal. We've got the Bendigo Bank, Kate Story Realty, Dodgers Ferry Meat, Sorell Service Station, Discovery Health and Fitness, the Midway Point Tavern, Roscoe's Skip In, the Dodgers Ferry Hotel, Terry White Chemmart, and who's that last one? Is that Nettle Enterprises? So we've got a great crew supporting the South East Suns there, Lucy, and it's great to see all those fine companies getting behind the young ladies that are out there representing your club so well here this evening at Pembroke Park. So there was still a great deal of enthusiasm by the Tigers. They'd love to eke out some form of score, but as I understand it, it'll be Suns trying to take themselves forward, with momentum in the finals. As Brittany Mears picked that one up, but it was Danielle Woolley who has been paid the free kick for holding the ball. Attacking on that outer side. An attempt to mark it was by Roxy Tyler. She couldn't quite bring that one in. Ball now in dispute. Picked up by Anna Reid. But here is the consummate professional defender in Stubbs, keeping the ball in front of her. Might have been pulled without it, but the umpire said it's to your advantage. So well played by the Tigers. The handball went backwards to Langford, the skipper, as it's going to be a free kick for on the full. So to mount an attack is Kayleen Stubbs again, going back inside, looking for someone else. I think that might have been Davies. I'm not sure, but here is Douglas. Yep, Douglas, I apologise. Lowe is the provider. Handball, brilliant work there by the two prime movers as it comes out to Olahead, and she's put that one through. But what about the play there, Lucy, by Nicole Matthews and Emily Lowe? Gee, that was very, very creative and unselfish play. That was good team play as we watch here on replay as the ball came in, end over end, and here she is leading out was Emily Lowe. Very deft touch in towards Matthews. And what I liked about that one, Lucy, was she went the first option, which was the handball, because sometimes forwards can tend to go the old arc and look for goals, but
exactly,
she did the team thing.
She did, which is great.
She did. So that's very, very good discipline by the Suns as Hudson goes out, and a free kick now is being paid to Cooper. Cooper played in front there of Matthews. Long raking kick directly down the ground. Olivia Hudson was the first one to it, as I think Douglas has impeded her opposition, so it's a free kick to go to Warren. We can see that a great deal of encouragement coming from the Tiger camp as a handball goes backwards to come forwards. Well played by the Suns as they pick that one out. Again, good tackle by the Tigers, and a couple of really nice tackles here, Lucy, and another one by Emma Warren. She's been rewarded for her efforts.
Yeah, that was a great tackle. I think a little bit unfortunate for Funky there. She did get the hands to it, but...
Yeah, it was not a lot of time, but if they're consistent, the umps, we don't mind, as Anna Reid gets a quick kick away. Now another soccer off the ground. There's a very strong tackle, as that was Johns, who, for the Tigers, running hard out toward it was Baker. Barging her way through is the Tiger attackers. Here's a big chance now. They've got some numbers. It was Ashland was the provider as the whistle has gone, and it might be a free kick going to Cronley. As we see here, as Cronley got the kick and the umpire deemed that was held too long in the tackle. So, Michelle Cronley, you can see what's in front of her. An opportunity to score. It's going close towards the line, but going back. What about that? Stubbs takes the mark. I don't know, Lucy, but she's been tremendous so far tonight. As I thought, I apologise there because what's happened, I thought it was going to be a mark there to Sims, and she
looks like
played on, but she's been paid a free kick, I think. Maybe because she was held a little bit too long. So there is going towards the goals, and Massey got the 2 fists. I tell you what, Lucy, the Suns are very, very keen to keep a clean sheet, aren't they?
Yes, yes, they are.
Wow. They're so good on that last line of defence, and it's good practice for them as they're not giving an inch. As I think it might have been a tackle without the ball, or it is a tackle with the ball. So it is Michelle Cronley who has got a real big opportunity to get a score here. And Cronley has gone back and drilled that one. And I tell you what, Lucy, you would have thought that they've just hit the lead. It is Action Stations, and it's, well, I know you want to hear this, Lucy, but it's good reward for what has been a pretty stoic sort of performance by the Tigers here tonight.
100%, they've worked for that, so.
And Cronley had to do the hard work and put it through, and that meant a lot for them, and that'll be something they can build on for their next season for the Tigers. I tell you what, they were attacking, and the Suns did such a good job to repel them, but it was just weight of numbers where they finally got that goal. So well done to the Tigers, and well done to Michelle Cronley for that good performance. So nearly 7 minutes gone, and they've decided they want to go forward again, do the Tigers. And so the Suns are having a little bit of pressure being applied to them late in this game. So you can see the hands go up of the ruckman. That is Meredith Sims, who's done pretty well, with Brooke Johns at the bottom there. And umpire Walker has now called for that ball. Throws it up. One out by the Suns, but Brooke Johns is there, who kicks it toward the forward line, but backing back is Stubbs, who takes a nice mark. Looking to come out wide this time. I tell you what, every time I look toward the contest, Lucy, there seems to be a good amount of numbers for the Tigers. They're really getting to the contest, aren't they?
They are, yeah. I did notice that before. I think it might have been out on the wing when there was about 5 of them on one Suns girl.
So as the Suns, do you think, stop running just a little bit?
I think they're just trying to really hold that structure.
Yep.
So they're just trying not to float with them, but...
Well, this is good play. They've decided to bring it out the other side. That's an attacking move, and a good move there by Stubbs, because the Tigers had set up on the other side as going back, and that's a good effort by Woolley. Woolley decides to play on. She goes onto her right foot. She showed courage to stand under the ball. And there is Tyler. Tyler, we know, who likes to feed this ball off. Looks like she might have to kick this one. She does so. Well done by her. Straight down the line. Suns under a little bit of pressure here, as the Tigers have got a bit of a sniff. They really enjoyed their goal, and I'm sure they would love another one, as Sims has been bowled over. But here come the Suns, running hard, get the handball off. They need to run in numbers. Hudson, who had a tremendous third quarter, a little bit quiet in this quarter though, and that's with no disrespect to her. It's just because the ball's been the other way, and the Tigers are probably working that little bit harder. Well, for them, this is it. So they really want to finish well. That's a good tackle. Nice tackle there by the Suns. Tracking hard was Ransley. And now she decides to take off. She wants to get that ball moving quickly, get it up to the forward line. Running out hard is Woolley. Woolley now picks it up. There's a whistle behind play.
Oh, someone down?
There's someone down, but I think she's being pinned there, Woolley, for running too far. And umpire Walker said, you've got to take a bounce if you want to run that far. You can see she's running, and...
Yeah, she went for a little jog.
She did go for a bit of a jog, didn't she? So umpire Walker decided to play the free kick as Ola head. She gets a wall of Tigers in front of her, so she goes the handball. Here comes Lowe. Lowe did a nice job as she picked that ball up. Surely she can't get a goal from there. I tell you what, she has. Emily Lowe has got a really good goal. I'd almost pin that one back for goal of the day. What do you think, Lucy? That was a clever goal.
I think it would have to be.
So we'll have to have a look at that one on the old Mood Food replay. Well, the ball hasn't been down there much this quarter, but as soon as it comes inside the 50, you know it's danger signs when Emily Lowe gets on her own. And here it is now, inside, coming out. But the beauty of it is, it was a blind turn, but the thing for me, Lucy, were her clean hands. She didn't fumble, and that was the key. That enabled her to get round her two opposition, turn, look toward the goal, and slotted it through for her 6th goal. And I'm not going to preempt this, but she looks for all money that she could be out for a best on ground performance, as this is much better from the Suns as they play on. Ball's knocked out. The umpire says it's come free, as that is Davis this time who comes in and barging her way out, and I think inadvertently has given the hands in the back, and it's going to be a free kick here to the Tigers. Didn't look too happy there as all forwards, as that free kick went against Emily Lowe, but I thought that was a fair enough decision by umpire Walker, as the Tigers are just trying to get it out of that danger area. On all fours now, trying to push the ball forward, picked up by Olahead. Ball now in dispute as the Tigers are trying to eke out another one. That might be Warren who picked it up. She tried to get round her opposition, had prior opportunity, so it's going to be a free kick here to the Suns. Nice looking kick on the left foot coming in. That's a good pack mark taken by Davies. She had plenty of a pressure on her. She decides to have a bit of a run. Left footer, nice looking kick. Front and centres trying to pick it up at the bottom of the pack. Fighting hard is Woolley. She's been dispossessed. Got to be quick to get that kick. They do so, and another kick by the Tigers. They are under pressure and playing in front. They've taken a mark. Going directly down the ground, looking for Sims, who couldn't take the mark, but she goes in to get it again as Ashlyn gets that ball out. Running hard here is Stubbs, and I think she's been a free kick. She was held without taking possession of the ball. Comes over the back. It was Walden up against Tyler. Good strength in the body there by Walden, keeping her feet.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, look out. You're getting up and about every time that Lowe gets near the ball. I go
I
right.
I have a little bet with her in the rooms.
You what's that? Sorry, Lucy.
Had a little bet with her in the rooms.
Oh,
She could
okay.
get up to maybe 10, but I think we might have been pushing it with 10.
Yeah, she's got 6. A couple of minutes to go. Yeah, I'm sure she's really trying hard for her 7th. As now it is a free kick being taken by the Tigers as they try and clear that one. It comes out the back towards the goal scorer in Cronley. She applies a tackle. The Suns pick it up. They're coming back in. They've still got time to score another goal. There was Roy, and here is Emily Lowe, and here's a big chance for number 7. As I understand, the nickname is Fev. Is that given to her, or is that her that takes that name from a favourite player?
Look, I couldn't tell you, to be honest. She, when she came to the club, she had it, so...
All right, well, here is the kick, and she's not happy with it at all. But this young lady here is a beauty. Olahead takes that mark. Well, she is certainly adapting well to the Australian rules, Lucy.
You wouldn't think she's only played a few games of footy, would you?
Oh, absolutely. So, Olahead.
She's kicked it.
Oh, she's put that one straight through. That's her 2nd. That was like a Peter Hudson flat punt. Straight through the middle. The umpire didn't have to move at all. So, well played by her. She's been a star tonight. As there is the siren. It is all over. So, the South East Suns with a victory, as we check the Jackson Motor Car Company scoreboard. It is the South East Suns 12-4-76 to Hobart. 1 goal straight 6. So well done there by the Suns. And also a huge congratulations to Hobart for fighting hard in that game. And it was Michelle Cronley who got their goal. As we look at the victors, it was Emily Lowe who got 6. It was Nicole Matthews who got 4. And Catherine Olahead with the 2. So as far as your perspective, Lucy, can you just tell me who you thought were the best players for the Suns?
I've got to give it to Bev, Emily Lowe.
Yep.
She had the golden boot on tonight. Her, Nicole Matthews, Olivia Hudson, great pressure. And, of course, you know, our captain, Kaylee Stubbs, she held that back line strong. So
yeah, she did a good job. And for the Tigers, gee, they had a really good spread of people that tried hard. I thought Emily Warren, Brooke Johns did a really good job. Michelle Cronley, of course, who got that goal, and she fought hard. And Meredith Sims battled hard in the ruck. So that'll give them a lot of confidence. Leah Smith down back had plenty of work to do. Give them a bit of confidence going into next season. But it is without doubt the ID Clothing player of the match is Emily Lowe for the South East Suns. So you would have thought that the old Tigers have come away with 4 points. They've certainly enjoyed their season, Lucy, as you said before. So good on them. As I must admit, as a neutral supporter, and I think there is our milestone players.
Yeah,
and that's great to see, isn't it? So there is Brittany Mears and is it Joni Ransley being carried off. 100 games between them, 50 each. So congratulations and well played. They've done a really, really good job as we're watching them be carried off. And tell me a sense of what the message will be out there, Lucy.
I think they're going to be talking about how well the pressure they kept on them and now what this means. So, you know, we don't let up now. We've got finals coming up. We need to keep pushing, keep the pressure up, just keep moving forward as a team. Yeah,
very much so. So as the Suns leave the ground, they'll be showering and then preparing themselves for finals football. Whereas I believe the Tigers, they'll reflect on their season as they head towards, as I understand, Silly Saturday, where why not let the hair down and, you know, it's been a long, hard season. They got the 1 victory, I think, against New Norfolk, so congratulations on that performance. But getting a goal against a very, very good team here in the Suns, I think that'll be something that they'll build on. So, ladies and gentlemen, or Lucy Featherston, we hope that your recovery is complete so that you can take the field next season, and we look forward to you running around. Is that your intent?
It is my intent at the moment. We'll see how it goes. It's always a bit of a mental game as well, coming back from injury, so fingers crossed, hope it all goes well. Well,
fingers crossed for you. Let's hope. We want to see the best players running around, and you are certainly one of the best players that at the moment. You are the reigning best and fairest. So we'd like to see you running around. Well, thank you very much for your assistance tonight. It was great to get the inside. So it is Lucy Featherston and Andrew Silver Fox Hopwood signing off from Pembroke Park. We hope you've enjoyed the EIS Property SFLW Round 11 clash between South East Suns and Hobart. It is good night and be safe from Pembroke Park. It's all right to say, yes, you're going to turn up and win, but Hobart have again been very stoic. They've tried hard, and the Suns with 2 minutes 40 in this third quarter haven't got a score yet, but I tell you what, this could be the first one.
Nicole Matthews again.
And Nicole Matthews has snapped that one, and Lucy, that's her 3rd goal so far, so she's certainly an opportunist. Nice long left foot kick. Oh, that's terrific play there by the Tiger defender. I think that might have been Woolley who got a run on. she found herself on a larger opponent in Emily Rowe, but as soon as the ball hit the ground, she really sprinted. An attack is Colleen Stubbs again, going back inside, looking for someone else. I think that might have been Davies. I'm not sure, but here is
Douglas.
Yep, Douglas, I apologise. Lowe is the provider. Handball, brilliant work there by the two prime movers as it comes out to Olahead, and she's put that one through. But what about the play there, Lucy, by Nicole Matthews and
yes, they are.
Wow, they're so good on that last line of defence, and it's good practice for them as they're not giving an inch. As I think it might have been a tackle without the ball, or it is a tackle with the ball. So it is Michelle Cronley who has got a real big opportunity to get a score here. And Cronley has gone back and drilled that one. And I tell you what, Lucy, you would have thought that they've just hit the lead. It is Action Stations, and it's, well, I know you want to hear this, Lucy, but it's good reward for what has been a pretty stoic sort of performance by the Tigers here tonight.
100%, they've worked for that, so.
And Cronley had to do the hard work and put it through, and that meant a lot for them, and that'll be something they can build on for their next season for the Tigers. I tell you what, they were just because the ball's been the other way, and the Tigers are probably working that little bit harder. Well, for them, this is it. So they really want to finish well. That's a good tackle. Nice tackle there by the Suns. Tracking hard. Umpire Walker said, you've got to take a bounce if you want to run that far. You can see she's running, and...
Yeah, she went for a little jog.
She did go for a bit of a jog, didn't she? So umpire Walker decided to play the free kick as Olahead. She gets a wall of Tigers in front of her, so she goes to handball. Here comes Lowe. Lowe did a nice job as she picked that ball up. Surely she can't get a goal from there. I tell you what, she has. Emily Lowe has got a really good goal. I'd almost pin that one back for goal of the day. What do you think, Lucy? That was a clever goal.
I think it would have to be.
Is that given to her, or is that her that takes that name from a favourite player?
Look, I couldn't tell you, to be honest. She, when she came to the club, she had it, so...
All right, well, here is the kick, and she's not happy with it at all. But this young lady here is a beauty. Olahead takes that mark. Well, she is certainly adapting well to the Australian rules, Lucy.
You wouldn't think she's only played a few games of footy, would you?
Oh, absolutely. So, Olahead.
She's kicked it.
Oh, she's put that one straight through. That's her second. That was like a Peter Hudson flat punt. ID Clothing player of the match is Emily Lowe for the Southeast Suns. So you would have thought that the old Tigers have come away with 4 points. They've certainly enjoyed their season, Lucy, as you said before, so good on them. As I must admit, as a neutral supporter, and I think there is our milestone players.
Yeah,
and that's great to see, isn't it? So there is Brittany Mears and is it Joni Ransley being carried off. 100 games between them, 50 each. So congratulations.